Hello, my lovely Virgos. This is Esoteric Tales and Tarot. This is your September, or whenever you find this, tarot card reading and crystal ball scrying. I've just gone through this is a beautiful deck. I don't think you can get it anymore. I got this in a spooky story. I will do a video on it one day. It's my Stargate Oracle deck. I've meditated on it. I want to pull these before because I need a little bit of time with this deck. So I have pulled from the Stargate for you. For a first card is the harmonics of sound, working with sound to clear blockages. And it'll be good for you to pause the video and have a look at this artwork and see whether there's special meaning in the artwork for you. So that's one of the cards that is surrounding or advice for you that is going to be poignant in September. So working with sound to clear blockages, that could mean having music and different types of that type of noise around you will be helpful for you, Virgo. And also look at the shapes. There are triangles and pyramids. There might be something to do with Egypt coming through there as well. Looks like breath as well coming through for you. And it's interesting as well because in the crystal ball, I saw a shush symbol, or it could be a secrets that is there. And it's either secrets are going to be revealed or you will be you'll be asked information in this month, in the month of September. Of course, I need to say happy birthday to you as well. It is your birthday month, I have just realized. So I'll pop your video up first for you as well, Virgos. So happy solar return. Yeah, look, it's funny. Maybe someone during a gathering is going to tell you something and you're going to be in a position where I feel like the only way to set you free or to move forward is to tell the truth. So I'm seeing this even as a circumstance at work where maybe it's an uncomfortable truth that you have to tell, or it's upsetting. I hear it as uncomfortable truth for you, perhaps. Maybe you overheard something, you didn't want to disclose it, and then you have to. It's that kind of energy. It's the kind where you might have seen something that you wish you hadn't, or somebody had shared a secret and you wish you didn't really know, because you're going to end up running into the person or people, and you're going to be put in a position where you probably have to say something because it will seem like you're a liar if you don't. So that was how it was coming through the crystal ball for me. And I was seeing a whole storyline around a work scenario and then it affecting home. The only thing I can say to you, quite honestly, is the truth always sets you free. So I think you should focus on that and understand that it's for the best. Often you've just got to, it's funny that the colors here too are very throat chakra-y, and we've got that, trying to speaking the truth as coming out. Let's see what comes through with other cards here. So I am going to pull you a romance oracle from the Doreen Virtue deck to sit up here. I'm going to look at what the situation is. This could be either obstacle, opportunity, or something in the present that's happening in your romantic life. So I just want to ask our angels and guides just to bring me one card that's going to have a message for you. And it's funny because sometimes they jump out, other times they take longer. And it's like you don't want to. Again, this is like that throat chakra energy, Virgos. This is like it doesn't want to come out. So is your romance life a bit stuck at the moment? Are you a bit stagnant? Has something happened where you're going quiet? Because it's really not wanting me to take any out. Close to wanting to speak. Oh, very close. So let's just focus here, asking for the best message to help clarify, move forward, or highest timeline, or some important information. That one wanted to come, that one there. I'm just going to see if it comes out in this next one. Come on, guys. Oh, so you've got two. All right. We have children. Your loved life is being affected by children. So it could be that you have a difference of opinion in wanting to have children. Perhaps one or the other partner has children that is affecting the relationship. You know, maybe, again, different ideas could be different types of scenarios where there's combinations of blended families. It could be dogs here related as well when you're looking at the family combination. And you deserve love. You are lovable. So just a beautiful reminder there. Cupid's arrow being here. So, you know, if there's been a question about that in your mind, if you've been concerned, it's a little reminder here that you deserve love and you are lovable. And, you know, it wanted to come out. It wanted to be the extra message that came through for you for this month. I'm going to grab you one of the fairy tale oracles before we get into... This is my brand new deck. I've just done an unboxing with this deck. It's a fairy tale oracle by Lucy Cavendish, and Jasmine Beckett Griffith is the artwork. So this is a brand new deck for me. That's the one that wants to come out. So we will take it. The water and salt. And you're going to love the message. It's truth. It's truth. It's got the blue colors. I'm going to read from the book later, but we're just going to sit it there. That's what it is. So, you know, well, what can I say? You know, when the message needs to come out, it absolutely does. So let's get into the tarot and let's see what else comes up for you before I read from the booklet. So we're going to come through. It's funny, we've got the King of Wands on the top, and I did shuffle this deck. So this is the vice versa tarot that I'm using for you, Virgos, which I think is, you know, important for this month as well, to have something that is a bit double-sided coin, I'm hearing. So we'll see what comes out in the tarot, but there's some truth that needs to come out. There's something that has to, it's stuck in your energy. I think maybe you need to listen to music that's calming, maybe meditation, hypnosis music, that type of thing to help you, because there's something that's being definitely blocked, and you need to have the wisdom to be able to say the right things when you come forward with what needs to be said. And I really don't think that you can avoid it. It's just, it's hanging around in your energy. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Look, you've got the Hierophant. It's coming in backwards, and you've also got a little child here with a key. And this is the right side of, you know, right side or front side would be commitment, somebody presiding over something. You know, this is often to do with people joining together, taking the next step, and it's coming in reverse. So there is an obstacle at the moment, and I have to say that children could be the key, because we've got children here. There's a child here with holding a key at the bottom. So that could be the obstacle here that is holding this relationship or a relationship back, or maybe it's a secret. I'm seeing the apple here. This comes to me as forbidden fruit. I also see a little deity here in the bottom with the breasts of the deity poking out to me and making me think about people being, this makes me think about people being secretly pregnant or not talking about something. It's this kind of energy that's coming up, something being unclear, not spoken about, or somebody holding back. For example, if you want to have children, the other person doesn't, and you haven't talked about it, you need to, because it's in the energy and it's going to cause a problem. And if there is differences, you need to talk about it so that you can move on, or you can find a solution. You can see if you're on the same page. I'm concerned about this energy because it could be somebody who, I'm seeing it as somebody who might end up in your field. It could be a partner, could be somebody who you're interested in that might have somebody with trickery with children as well. So that's coming up for me. You do have, however, the Six of Wands here. My little dog's just trying to get my attention. If you can hear him, he's being cheeky over here beside me. You've got the Six of Wands. You have Victory card here. So again, I feel like the message is for truth and to come forward because you deserve love, and I think you'll find the victory from, the white horse here coming forward, you feeling proud, brave, sitting on top, you being noticed, getting what you want, getting the accolades. It could be also to do with work where you're able to have a victory. If there was something that you were waiting on, maybe if it was in contracts or something that was signed, you're going to be victorious in the end. Again, the truth's going to set you free and taking a higher path. This is after a time of battle. We've got the Five of Rods. I believe this battle is still ongoing because I'm not at the, we haven't had the full blowout here, but it's like it's happening. And I've got the shadows here. This is, to me, I've drawn straight towards the shadows here. So your shadow energy coming out, you might be mirroring someone. It looks to me like they're both got similar pose here towards each other. So somebody probably needs to back down or take the higher road, be the bigger person. You have Star card here. So this is Aquarian energy. I don't know if there's an Aquarius involved. It is the back side of it is this way, but she is facing forward. So this again, balance, harmony. She's this looks like a water bird, a crane here, and the star above, something like a wish or being illuminated. I feel like perhaps it's, again, I'm hearing it like water and secrets. It's not leaving me. I'm sorry, but what I've had all the way through is to do with truth. And I really feel like this, even the hair here I'm seeing is illuminated and blonde and pretty and beautiful. Once you've let it out, it's like you're letting it out, pouring your heart out here, just being honest, and maybe it's like an uncomfortable truth. As I said, perhaps someone's done something, you've seen it, and you have to kind of share, and you have to sort of say, listen, this is the way it is. We have as well here a Page of Cups. Again, these are messages, pages, and they come through with little offers. This is just a little fish flying out of a cup here. So I feel like you might be quite nervous and quiet, and it might come out like a whisper, and you don't know how to say it. That's how I've got it. Like he's not roaring forward with a message and charging out. You can see here just quietly sitting there, and maybe it's an emotional truth. Maybe it's very heartfelt. Maybe it's quite difficult to come up with how you're going to say it. Perhaps it's a profession of love. Maybe you haven't spoken those words before. Maybe it's going to be a bit shocking. Maybe you're worried about another person and how they're going to react. It's upright. This is the darker sort of side with the shadow side coming. I feel like this is where you've come from, and now you're sort of thinking, I have to really say something. I actually love the artwork in this because it feels like the cloak is coming up almost from the water here, and it feels like emotions are the thing that you probably need. You need to be in that watery energy. That's what's going to actually help you to set you free. And remember that your card is water and salt, truth, number 44. This is the final card in that deck as well. There's 44 cards in this new Oracle deck that I have. I'm going to get the full message for you from the Fairy Tale Lucy Cavendish book because It's a new deck, and I do want you to have the full meaning of it. Of course, the fact that it came out and it was the exact same message that I have had from the crystal ball, I think it's very much something you need to hear, Virgos. So water and salt, truth. You caused me to be killed because I told you I loved you as much as salt and water. Now you have seen what it is to live without salt and water. When he asked each of his 3 daughters how much they loved him, they hastened to answer their father, the king. As much as my eyes, said the eldest daughter. As much as my heart, said the middle princess. And the youngest said, oh, as much as I love water and salt. The old king, who was proud and vainglorious, flew into a fury and demanded her death for such disrespect. He called the executioner and had her taken away, ordering the poor soul to bring him his daughter's beating heart. And the sisters followed the executioner, and it was no trouble at all to persuade him to kill a little dog instead. And they hid their little sister far away within a cold, sunless cave. And so the executioner returned with the little dog's heart and the princess's torn gown. So the sisters obviously foiled the plan. And the king hid his grief in pride and gave the elder princess rewards to persuade them of his goodness. But the youngest princess left her cave each day and went out into the forest to gather wild berries and nuts. On these travels, she was found by a magician who took her to the nearest kingdom, and the king's son in that kingdom saw her and loved her, and she loved him too, and they vowed to love only each other forever. And when the kings from the countries were invited to a great feast, all were served fine foods, and only one was not served the water and the salt he needed to be clean, to taste, to drink, and to quench the terrible thirst within. And his grief for his daughter he had so cruelly murdered in his prideful anger was so deep and denied that it had already sent him quite mad. But at the feast, even madder still, was he driven by his need for salt and for water. She watched her father, unable to eat, refused all wine, and his face filled with misery. And she stood before him, and her clear voice rang out through the great hall. Banish grief from your eyes, father, and look upon me. You caused me to be killed because I told you I loved you as much as salt and water. Now you have seen what it is to eat without salt and water. And her father, that proud king, saw the fine woman, the honest creature his daughter was, and his pride broke in two, and all the sorrow he had kept within poured forth. He began to sob, and his tears were made of the truest things in this world, of water and of salt. And he finally tasted the truth, that she had loved him truest and deepest, and that she knew what was needed in life. And he never was ever again the king ready to kill with pride. He had been broken by grief, but he had learnt that truth and kindness are better than all the fulsome praise in the world. He became a better king and a good father, and he was wise at last, which was good for all who dwelled in all the lands where his legend spread. The message of this card for you is that speaking the truth, the plain truth, is often punished. And you may well be punished for saying what you know to be true, but in time it will have been more than worth it, because the time to placate and please is over. Saying how it is and why it is will be the most healing action you could possibly take at this time. Simply be prepared that in the long term it will be rewarded. In the short term you will pay, but every moment of discomfort will have been worth it. And the extra little meanings are the basic truth of love, unadorned, unembellished truth, plain honesty, the fundamentals of life, truth and clarity, what we need to survive. Love is not to be tested. Anger at being unloved is pride. Pride can kill. And this is from the story by Thomas Frederick Crane, The Water and the Salt. And they were the little short meanings. This is the booklet from the Lucy Cavendish fairy tale oracle, so water and salt truth. It's basically been the story that I got through the crystal ball, and this is my brand new deck. I've never read that page or that story yet. This is what the story was here that's coming out for you. That you something needs to be said. It's emotional. It's from the heart, and you have to tell the truth. You can work on it with sound to clear the blockages that might be blocking you from speaking your truth. You have to pour it out. You will be rewarded. You'll feel lighter. You'll look better in the face. I feel like it's affecting your physical appearance even at the moment, because you're feeling like your energy's mixed. You are probably going to come up with some combative energy when you do this, because, I don't know what the background is of what has caused a problem, or whether it's something that you need to confess that's quite difficult. I think you need to be prepared for that, to have the victory later, and maybe it does come in time, because we do have the page here. You have to speak your truth. I think, that's really all that there is. The whole truth, as it says, nothing but the truth. And it just has to be that way. You can't make up your own storyline or add little bits or hide some things, because I feel like if you do, it's going to come jumping out, leaping out, and then it will be far worse, because you'll be seen as having held something back or secretive, and you don't want to have that energy. These are all in the upright, other than this energy which you're currently in, which is, something sneaking on behind somebody's back. And this card just flicked up with it, and it's the Three of Swords, which is underneath, which is, the stakes through the heart, but it's the heartbreak. You're trying to come out of it. There's a beautiful flower here behind. This is, the shield that's been stabbed with the heart, but that is the way to come out and be free. The Lovers is underneath. There isn't really a choice, Virgo. Uncomfortable truths. Maybe that's what you need for your solar return. And, this is a nice one. This is perfect. Harmonics of sound. Maybe you need to go to one of those sound baths, a sound healing. Maybe something like that would be helpful, but listening to music that you love, and maybe songs are reminding you of people at the moment too. I hope this has been of help to you. It's quite a long message, but I think it was important for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, Virgos, and I will catch up with you. Happy birthday. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am really growing my channel through your help, so thank you so much for your support. And just giving a little thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. It's free to do, and it really helps me. Anything like that helps the algorithms on YouTube and on other platforms. Thanks so much for your support, Virgos, and I'll catch up with you soon. Happy birthday. Bye.